You have never seen shortcuts like this before. See a new food spot on social media, but they didn't tag the location? There's a shortcut for that. Use Apple Intelligence to create a personal knowledge base. Not sure what to watch? See the most popular movies and TV shows, and then get a streaming link in just a tap. Make a grocery list from a text message, keep track of everyone you meet, and a ton more. Alright, this first one, I call it Find Local Food Spots. When you run it, you can either choose from your photos, maybe you screenshotted something, or run it from the control center and take a screenshot. I'll show you how it works both ways. If you choose from photos, I'm going to choose this picture here. Someone shared this photo from a new coffee spot, but didn't tag the location, and I've never heard of it before. Well, with this shortcut, when you select that photo, it's going to find what place that is based on logos, any phone numbers or addresses in the photo's context, and then open that business location in Apple Maps that quickly. It's actually using Apple Intelligence and your current location to find places nearby. You can see the prompt here. This is specifically finding local food spots, so it's going to try to find businesses near you. And then it's also going to create and append an Apple Note so you can find all the places you've saved. This is the local food spots note. You see I've been testing it quite a bunch, and it's going to save the place and the address. I'm going to show you how you can use this in another shortcut later. This can also work just when you're browsing social media. So if you see a post and maybe there's a restaurant in there, I put this in the control center. Just add the Find Local Food Spot shortcut to your control center. And when you run it from here, when you choose to take a screenshot, it's going to dismiss the control center so it gets out of the way. It's going to take a screenshot, but doesn't save it to your camera roll. Then it's going to open that restaurant's location in Apple Maps. Now, whether someone tags the location or not, you can find that new local spot. Amazing skirt steak there, by the way. Now, I've created another variation here called Favorite Food Spots. Maybe you travel a lot and you want to be able to mark places that you've enjoyed eating. What this does is finds businesses near your location. Choose where you're actually eating. I'll choose the Strawberry Bakery Cafe. Then you can actually rate this place, and this is going to play into a personal database. Let's say this is a 4-star place, and then it's going to save it to an Apple Note. That's going to keep track of all the places that you've rated and a link to that location in Apple Maps. Now, not only do you have a note that's now saving your favorite food spots around the world, so if you travel, you're on business, you can save your favorite spots over time. Then I created this shortcut called Favorite Places When Traveling. It's actually going to use that note called Favorite Food Spots as a database. It's going to get your current location. This way, if you're traveling to the same city, maybe you go there multiple times for work, it's going to use your current location to pull places from that note. So when I run this shortcut, it's actually going to show me a list of places nearby that I've rated highly. Oh, there's the Strawberry Bakery Cafe that I just added to the note. And when I tap it, it's going to open it in Apple Maps and give me driving or walking directions to it. So this little trifecta of shortcuts: find local spots from a social media image, save your favorite food spots as like a personal database, and then quickly access it and see the ones that are nearby that you've saved in the past. Links to those 3 and all the shortcuts I'm about to show you are down in the description. And this next one I thought was super cool. I call it my Knowledge Base AI. Now what I do is I typically save PDFs and manuals to a folder in my iCloud Drive. And so this shortcut actually lets me ask questions of a particular manual, searches the manual using ChatGPT, that's the Apple Intelligence Use Models action, and then will give me the answer right here in the shortcut. Let's say I need to figure out how to factory reset my shades. Well, I have the manual here in my folder. I choose the manual that I want to search. The shortcut asks what you would like to know. How do I factory reset these shades? And when I ask it that question, it's going to send the PDF and my question to ChatGPT, and then that quickly shows me the answer. It tells me to locate the button, hold the button, and at the bottom of the show content, you'll also see what page in the manual it got this answer from. So if you want to refer to the manual directly, you can do that. Show you one more example. I can run this. Maybe you want to put your car manual PDF in that folder. I'll choose the car manual. I don't have a Rivian, kind of wish I did. And I can ask it, how do I open the tunnel compartment on the side of the truck? I'll ask it a specific question, gives me the step-by-step instructions there, and also tells me what page of the manual it found this answer on. It'll also give you an option to ask a follow-up question, or you can tap done. You can also add a Get Contents of folder and then choose from list action at the top. This way you can just select what manual from the shortcut every time, rather than seeing that folder structure. By the way, if you love these shortcuts, you should join my shortcuts community at shortcut.bot. Almost 3,000 have joined for free, and almost 900 have become paying members. And when you support the community, you get access to my weekly live streams. I stream every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, building brand new shortcuts and showing you the process step by step, even taking live requests. You also get access to my shortcuts database where you can search and browse by topic or device. I share a new shortcut of the week before I ever put it on YouTube, and a ton more. I recently went independent as a creator, and the community is a huge part of what made that possible. So you could join right now at shortcut.bot. And I also have some Shortcuts merch. I'll put a link to that and the community down in the description. You can get the Shortcuts hoodie, t-shirt, even got hats and kids apparel. I'll put a promo code down in the description if you want to get some as well. All right, let's get back to it because I've been playing around with the movie database API and created these 2 new shortcuts. When you run it, it actually shows you the most popular movies in a given genre. So you can choose the genre first. Let's choose action. And for movies, it's going to show you the most popular movies right now. Not the latest releases, but just what's popular. It's actually going to show you the movie title, release date, and an overview. So you can read a little bit about what that is about. And when you pick one of these movies, it's actually going to get where you can stream it. You choose your streaming service of choice wherever it's available. I'll choose Apple TV. Then it's going to create an Apple Note with the movie title, where to stream it, the direct link, and even the movie poster. And when I tap that link, it's going to take me directly to that movie in the app. I can choose another category like drama. I've been hearing a lot about Frankenstein. Maybe I want to see that. I can just tap it here. It's going to show me where I can stream it. I'll choose Netflix. And it's going to open that Apple Note with the movie poster. And then when I tap that link here in the Apple Note, it's going to go directly to that movie in the Netflix app. And as soon as I shared that in my shortcut of the week, someone in the community asked for one by TV shows. So you got that option here as well. You can choose your genre. Let's go sci-fi and fantasy. Shows you the most popular ones right now. Obviously, new Stranger Things season is out, so that's big. Pluribus, which I've been watching and enjoying, but I'll choose Pluribus. I'll choose where to stream it. Here's Apple TV, and it'll create that note with the link. Tap the link, opens that link directly in Apple TV. This next one was a request from the community. Next year, 2026, is the big FIFA World Cup, and there's actually an API to find out the schedule. So when you run this shortcut, it'll tell you if there are any games happening today, which of course there's no games yet. It'll tell you when the next game is and what match. Once the teams are actually set up into groups, I'll adjust this shortcut to actually show who's playing and where they're playing. But you can download this shortcut now and get ready for the World Cup. Now this next one is a single action shortcut, but I think it's really valuable. It actually lets you send a check-in to a specific person with one tap. If I run this shortcut, it will automatically send a check-in to my contact of choice. Now check-in is something that's available just here in messages. You have to tap the plus icon, scroll down, and then you'll see check-in here. You can reorder this if you want to tap and hold and then put it higher up on the list, but I actually like running it from a shortcut. This way you can go directly to a contact rather than go to messages, find the contact, hit the plus, and then add check-in. And if you're not sure what check-in is, you can actually set this by a timer. If you're going to do like an outdoor run, you can set it by workout or by destination, and it will send your location to a friend or family member periodically, and also your device's battery and cellular connectivity data, and notify them when you've made it home or when that workout ends. Great thing to run in like an Uber or a Lyft, or if you're going for an evening run. This way you can have peace of mind that someone knows your location if you're traveling alone. Next, someone on social media asked for a shortcut that takes a text message and makes it into a grocery list. Their spouse texts them grocery items all the time, and they want to be able to quickly format it into reminders. So as you can see, my grocery list is totally blank right now. And what you can do is run this shortcut again from the control center. It's probably going to be the best way. I'll go back to my text messages, and you can see there is a little grocery list there. Well, I'll swipe down a control center. And remember, you can add a shortcut by tapping and holding on the control center, add a control, and then search for shortcuts, and then your specific shortcut. This is the text to grocery list, and when I run it, it's going to hide control center, take a screenshot so it can pull whatever text from the list, and just that quickly, I now have a grocery list with those items. I have it adding it to the grocery list and reminders because then also auto-categorizes it, which is pretty nice. Next, someone in the community wanted a shortcut where they can log people that they've met, maybe it's at conferences or when they're traveling, with context. This way they can refer back to it. So when you run this shortcut, it asks you a series of questions. First it says, who did you meet? Let's say I met Bob Smith. It says, what did you talk about? Well, we talked about subscribing to my YouTube channel, of course. I'll tap done. It asks, do they have pets? I'll tap no. Do they have kids? Maybe they do. Names and ages. I'll just say 11 and 8. Once you've entered all that information, it's actually going to append it to this note called New People Met. If you don't have this note already, it will automatically create it or append it. You don't have to create the note on your own. It'll do it automatically. Then you have the name, the date that you met. The place will actually give the full address, and it logs that automatically with the shortcut. Do they have kids, pets, and what did you talk about? And now you can have a running list of people you've met, and you can even create a shortcut with Apple Intelligence that lets you search this database, and you can ask it things like, who did I talk about subscribing to YouTube? And it will pull that person. If you want that shortcut or something like it, drop those shortcuts down in the comments below. All right, now for the next two shortcuts, we're going to jump over to the Mac. Next, someone asked me if you can add files, like audio files, to Apple Music automatically, and there actually is a shortcut action for this. This shortcut is pretty simple. It'll either run from the share sheet, or you can select files, and then it's going to take those files and import it into your music library. You can even expand this action right here and choose to encode those audio files. maybe into MP3 for that smaller audio size. And now you can quickly add multiple pieces of audio directly to Apple Music. That's the import audio files to music shortcut. Next, someone in the community wanted to rename files based on the date. And so I created this called rename files as date created. You can use this in a folder automation, and it's going to rename every file with just the date created. Year, month, and day. If you want, you can add some text after that date, but we can set this up as a folder automation here on our Mac. I'll go to the automation tab. I'm going to choose a folder. I'm going to choose this TXT folder I have. And then when any file is added to that folder, I want this to run immediately. Don't notify when run. And let's choose rename file as date created. That's a shortcut you could download below. Now you can run this from the share sheet or just run it by itself and select files that you want. So I'll run it. It's going to ask for files. I'll choose the screenshot file here. I'll open it, tap always allow, and we'll see that screenshot has now been renamed just with today's date. Also, I've gotten multiple requests for shortcuts that can rename based on an index and then increase that number on the index. I've created a couple renaming the files based on the index, getting the latest number in a folder, adding one, and then renaming the file. This really has to be specified to the kind of files you're doing, so join the community, drop me a request, and we can work on some more renaming files shortcuts. But one last one, you can rename files using Apple Intelligence, and that can come up with a name. So for instance, we have a couple files here on my desktop, and then one with just an item, and then this random one where now the name is just the date. Well, when I run this shortcut, the rename files with AI is the name of the shortcut, I can choose a file, like this one that just has the date as the name. This shortcut asks if I want to add context to what it's being renamed. I'll tap no for right now and see what happens. And it's going to use Apple Intelligence Private Cloud Compute, come up with a name. It asks for access to that folder. And now, look at that. It renamed the file wireless charger 25 watts. That's pretty good. Let's see what it does with the picture of me. I'll run this again, choose this picture, click open, and that's an image file. It's not a text file. I'm not going to add any context. Let's see what it comes up with. And what did it rename it? Podcast Launch Program. That's pretty good. I'm actually launching a podcast cohort. If you're interested in a 4-week bootcamp on how to launch a podcast, check below. But did a pretty good job renaming it, and you can even select multiple files and have it rename a bunch using Apple Intelligence. This rename files with AI, pretty useful. All right, a few more quick ones. This I call a quick file converter. When you run this, you can select a file, ask what you want it to convert to, like a PDF, JPEG, or PNG, and then it will save a new version of that file. So if we go to my desktop again, I'll choose one of these files, which are image files. It asks what I want to convert it to. I could choose PDF. And now I have a PDF version of that file on my desktop. It also asks where to save. I'll tap open. And we go to my desktop folder here. And now you can see we have a PDF version. I'll get info of this file. There's the PDF version. And then we have the image versions down here. And if you want to choose what folder it saves to every time, so you don't have to select it every time you run the shortcut, just toggle off, ask where to save, and then choose the folder where you want to save them here, maybe your desktop or a downloads folder. Couple quick ones. Someone asked for a shortcut that would take any Apple Notes that are tagged with certain text and move them to folders instead. And so this asks for a tag that you'd like to move. Make sure to put the exact tag name when you run it, and it's going to move whatever notes tagged with that text into a folder of the same name. So that's move tag to folder. Just make sure you use the exact naming convention. Someone asked for a shortcut that will alert them if it drops below a certain temperature the night before, so they know to cover their car. This does exactly that. If the temperature drops below 1 degree Celsius, and you can just change this text in the prompt. If it drops below the temperature, then you'll get a notification and a reminder to cover your car windshield. Now, my current location is Florida, so I'm definitely not going to get that. So I'll choose Anchorage instead, and I imagine I'll get that alert and the reminder. So now we'll check, will it drop below that certain temperature? And now when I run the shortcut, I got the reminder right here. That's going to be in the notification center on my phone, and it created a reminder for Cover Car Windshield today at 7 p.m. If anybody is actually from Anchorage out there, let me know down in the comments. Finally, we're heading into holiday season, and if you wanted to maybe auto-text a lot of people a specific holiday message, you can use the shortcut for that. This is actually going to get all the context from a specific group. I would suggest doing this rather than running it through every contact on your phone. So create a contact group by going to the Contacts app, hit the back button up here in Contacts, add a list. You can create a new list here. I created this list called Holidays. Add whoever you would like to get this text message in that Holidays list. Then in this first action, choose Group is Holidays. Then it will repeat with every contact in that group. Then once you choose your group up here, it's going to repeat with every contact in that group and send them this text message. Expand this and make sure Show Compose Sheet is toggled off. Then it will send automatically without you having to confirm anything. And let's see if this works. Here's the contact that's in that group. I can run this shortcut. No action on my part. Don't have to confirm anything. And in a few seconds, we'll see that text message pop up. It says Happy Holidays. Now you can text message as many people as you would like that quickly. Those were 17 new shortcuts. I hope you enjoyed them. And again, would appreciate your support by joining my community at shortcut.bot. Become a paying member, you get access to my Shortcuts of the Week, my custom Shortcuts GPT, which I have a video showing how to use that now, weekly live streams, and every live stream replay with a bunch of shortcuts to download every week. And if you're looking for Shortcuts merch, like this hoodie, you can visit my merch store. That's also down in the description. And if you love shortcuts or you're big in the Apple ecosystem, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button. I actually did an entire smart home tour showing my 150 plus smart home devices. You can watch that video here. And if you missed my last Apple Intelligence Shortcuts video, you can watch that one right up here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.